Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello, my friends. In the last week, we talked about the first system of the diesel engine, that was turbocharging system. Today, we explain another system and it's more important in the diesel engine. It's called the fuel system. What is the fuel system? The fuel system is a separate system that used to deliver the diesel fuel into the engine at correct time in correct quantity to a diesel engine or compression ignition engine for a smooth and efficient operation. Also, the fuel system supplies the injection pump with a sufficient quantity of perfectly filtered, emulsion-free and water-free fuel at different pressure. It's all used to stabilize the injection pump temperature and limit pressure back at the end of injection. Diesel fuel. What is the diesel fuel? Diesel is one of the products resulting from the distillation or cracking of the crude oils, and it's a complex mixture of many hydrocarbons. Diesel fuel is heavier than gasoline because it's obtained from the residue of the crude oils after the more volatile fuels have been removed. As with gasoline, the efficiency of diesel fuel varies from the engine and another. Fuel system components. There are many types or many parts of diesel fuel system components. 1. Fuel tank or the reservoir. Fuel tank is the reservoir that holds the fuel supply and helps maintain its temperature at level below its flash point. The fuel tank also serves as an important means of dissipating heat from the fuel that is returned from the engine, as shown in this picture. The fuel tank should be corrosion resistant and leak-proof to pressure of at least 30 kilopascal. The fuel tank filter cap is constructed with the bath pressure relief valve and vent valve, as shown in this picture. The vent valve is designed to seal when the fuel enters into the overfilling. 2. Fuel filters. Before diesel is supplied into the engine, it must to be filtered to remove any unwanted impurities. Filter is used for this purpose. Two-stage filter system typically used in a filter. The primary filter is inlet side of the fuel transfer, as shown in this picture. Inside fuel transfer pump and secondary filter on the outlet side of the primary filter is required to remove the larger particles. One the part and 2 the large particles, as shown in the picture. The secondary filter is at withstand high pressure and remove smaller particles that damage the engine components. One stage system remove the largest small and particle is a single filter. 3. Fuel supply pump. Fuel supply pump or high pressure pump. The fuel supply pump is called high pressure pump, often referred to as the lift pump. It's responsible for drawing fuel from the tank and delivering it to a high pressure pump. Modern day fuel pumps can be electrically or mechanically driven by the engine. Using the electrically driven fuel pump allows the pump to blast anywhere. Fuel system including inside the fuel system. There are another types of the components of diesel engine. What are there? Water separators. The purpose of the fuel filter is mainly to remove foreign particles as well as water. However, too much water in a fuel filter will render to a chemical to protecting the system. So to ensure this does not happen, most diesel engine fuel systems are now equipped with the fuel filters, water separators for main purpose to tapping and holding water that may mix with the fuel. So the water separator is the main purpose of the water separator is holding water that is mixed with the diesel fuel, as shown in this picture where the fuel enters through the inlet of the water separator. After the light particles and molecule it go down, the filter element traps is out and the filter fuel is go into the fuel injectors. Fuel injectors. Fuel injectors is a separate control valve that opens under pressure from the fuel pump to spray fuel into every cylinder. The fuel injector is a spray control valve. What is the purpose of this injector? The pressure and fine pathway of the injector create an automated spray to ensure good mixing. Injector's nozzle. The injector nozzle are spring-loaded closed valves that spray fuel directly into the combustion chamber or pre-combustion chamber when the injector is open. The function of the nozzle are atomization and distribution of the fuel as required area. Operation of the fuel injectors. What's the operation of fuel injectors? High pressure fuel inlet fuel pressure is supplied to the injector needle seat area. When a solenoid is energized, the injector valve opens. Fuel pressure is relieved above the injector piston and returns to the fuel tank via the injector leg back. This creates a pressure difference above and below the injector piston. Fuel pressure below the injector needle lifts the needle. Fuel is now injected into every cylinder. Engine governor. The governor is a device that sends engine speed and loading. A governor is a device that sends engine speed and loading and changes the fuel delivery. It's used to regulate speed by the control of fuel or of the air fuel mixture depending on the type of the engine. This is the governor. Engine governor is the mind of diesel engine and it's the more important element in the engine because it regulates the fuel and air fuel mixture that go into the engine. What types of the governor? There are three types or common types of the governor used in diesel engine. 1. Mechanical governor or centrifugal used in sliding bob, weight and springs. 2. Pneumatic governor using an intermediate fuel pressure and a spring. 3. Hydraulic governor is using ECU or electrical control unit controlled solenoid valves as shown in the electrical cars or automobiles. Fuel system works, or how does fuel system work? In this picture, we will explain the how diesel system works. Diesel fuel is drawn from the tank by a low pressure transfer pump, as shown, electrical fuel pump or low pressure transfer pump. This may be an electrical pump located at the fuel tank or mechanical pump feeding the main high pressure fuel pump. On its coordinate to the high pressure pump, the fuel will pass through the ATIS filter assembly, as shown in this picture. After the fuel is passed from the electrical pump, it goes into the fuel filters. Fuel at constant transfer pressure has been passed into the intake of the mechanical high pressure pump. After the high pressure pump, which is X, increases the fuel pressure to a minimum of approximately 220 bar during cranking to around 1600 bars, approximately 230 psi. Operating pressure whilst the engine is running at full load. Newer systems are capable. Newer system as capable of operation at high fuel pressure. The pressure at high pressure pump is regulated by controlling the quantity of fuel injected into the pump element within the high pressure pump. By control amount of pressure fuel returning from the fuel rail into the tank. After the fuel is passed from the high pressure pump, the high pressure pump is metering control valve. Have fuel metering control valve that delivers fuel into the common rails. This common rails, its main function is to deliver fuel into every cylinder or every injector at correct time, and at correct quantity. All this about the fuel system. Thank you for your listening.